Have you ever had a dull kitchen knife that makes everything hard to cut? Sometimes it can even slip and become dangerous while cooking. Many people think they need to buy a new knife when their knife gets dull. But actually, with just a few simple tricks, you can make it sharp again in minutes. And the best part is, these are things almost every home already has. Let's check out some super simple ways to sharpen a knife right now. Let's test how sharp this dull knife is. I'm gonna take a tomato and try cutting it with a dull knife. Cutting a tomato is usually pretty difficult. The blade tends to slide on the skin and can easily squash the tomato. Let's go ahead and sharpen this dull knife. Method 1. Sharpening a knife with a ceramic bowl. First, pour a little vinegar into the base of a small bowl. Add a little salt. Next, apply a little toothpaste to both sides of the knife blade. This mixture helps clean dirt and rust off the blade. It also helps make the sharpening process more effective. The ring on the bottom of the bowl has a slightly rough surface, and that part works great for sharpening knives. Hold the knife at about a 15 to 20 degree angle. Then slide the blade from the base to the tip in one direction. Repeat about 10 to 15 times on each side. After sharpening, rinse the knife with water. Then dry it with a clean towel. You can test the sharpness by cutting paper or vegetables. Now let's move on to the second method. When you cut a tomato again, the knife won't slip on the skin anymore and it cuts much more easily. Method 2. Sharpening a knife with scissors. First, open the scissors. The part of the blade near the handle is usually thicker and stronger. This makes it a good spot to help sharpen a knife. Place the knife blade against the scissor blade. Hold the knife at a slight 15 to 20 degree angle. Slide the knife from the base to the tip along the scissors. Repeat about 10 to 15 times on each side. Then rinse and dry the knife. After sharpening it with scissors, the knife becomes noticeably sharper. Now, when you cut a tomato, the blade goes through the skin, is oily, and no longer slips like before. This shows that using scissors can help align the blade edge and make the knife sharper when you need a quick solution at home. Method 3. Sharpening a knife with an egg. Take a raw egg or a soft-boiled egg. Hold the egg firmly in your hand. Eggshells are slightly hard and a little rough, which can actually help with sharpening. Tilt the knife slightly and slide it from base to tip. The eggshell can gently scrub the blade, helping remove dirt and light rust from the metal. The hard and slightly rough eggshell can help realign the blade edge, making the knife a bit sharper than before. Although it's not as sharp as using a proper sharpening stone, even so, it's a fast and easy trick that uses common kitchen items to deal with a dull knife temporarily. Repeat around 10 to 15 times on each side. Then rinse and dry the knife. You'll notice it cuts much more easily. This shows that sharpening a knife with an egg is simple, but can still make the blade sharper when you need a quick solution in the kitchen. Method 4. Sharpening a knife with a clothespin and sandpaper. Prepare a piece of fine sandpaper and a wooden clothespin. The rough surface of sandpaper gently wears down the metal on the knife's edge. The wooden clothespin helps hold the sandpaper in place, making it easier to grip and control while sharpening the knife. Because of the clip, the sandpaper doesn't slip or fold, which makes the sharpening process more stable and safer. Clip the sandpaper onto the clothespin. This creates a small rough surface for sharpening. When you combine these two items, you can create a simple knife sharpening tool at home. Hold the knife at about a 15 to 20 degree angle. Slide the blade from the base to the tip in one direction. When you slide the knife blade over the sandpaper, the edge of the blade gets realigned and becomes sharper. At the same time, it also helps remove some rust or dirt stuck on the blade. Repeat evenly about 10 to 15 times on each side. Then rinse and dry the knife. Method 5. Sharpening a knife with a sharpening stone. Prepare a clean sharpening stone. Before sharpening, add a little water to the surface of the whetstone to moisten it, so the blade can slide more smoothly and sharpen more effectively. Hold the knife at about a 15 to 20 degree angle. Slide the blade from the base to the tip in one direction. Keep your hand steady and sharpen evenly. The whetstone helps realign the edge of the blade and make the knife sharper. Repeat several times to sharpen the edge evenly. Then rinse and dry the knife. You can test it by cutting vegetables or paper with just a few simple household items. From a ceramic bowl, scissors, eggs, clothespins, to a sharpening stone, you can make a dull knife sharp again. These little tricks can save you both time and money, and they make cooking in the kitchen much easier. Which method do you like the most? Give it a try and share your results. Now let's take a look at the results from these 5 methods. You'll clearly see the difference when cutting vegetables and paper. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next interesting one. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share a very simple but useful trick that can really help in everyday situations. Right here I have a bag, and as you can see, the zipper is broken. Maybe some of you have experienced the same problem before. This can happen on bags, pants, jackets, or anything with a zipper. When I try to close it like this, it just won't stay closed. See? It keeps opening again, right away. The rest of the zipper still looks normal, but this section here doesn't lock properly anymore. Usually this happens because the material gets worn out, or the zipper has simply become old. But don't worry, I'm going to show you a very simple way to fix this problem at home using easy materials, so you can try it yourself right away. First, make sure the zipper is fully open like this. When we try closing it again, it still opens back up. Now we're going to prepare a candle. The candle will work as a lubricant for the zipper. Simply rub the candle along the zipper rails, both on the right side and the left side. Okay, that's done. Now let's test it. It already moves much smoother, but it still doesn't fully close. That's because the wax mainly helps the zipper slide more smoothly. The next step is to fix the loose zipper slider. When the slider becomes loose, it can't press the zipper teeth together anymore. To fix that, we'll gently press this part using pliers. Just press it slowly and carefully. Don't press too hard because it could break. Just a gentle squeeze like this is enough. Now let's try it again. Wow, look at that. It closes perfectly now. Let's open it and try again just to be sure. Yes, it works smoothly. If you want it to slide even smoother, you can add a little more wax to the zipper. Problems like this usually happen because the zipper is cheap, or it has simply been used for a long time. But instead of replacing it, you can easily repair it yourself at home. Now I'd like to share another very useful trick. When people buy a new roll of tape, they often spend a long time trying to find the starting end. Sometimes they even use a knife to pry it open, but still can't get it started. But actually, the tape roll already has a starting point marked by the manufacturer with a small arrow, so you can open it in just a few seconds. You just need to find this exact spot, and peeling the start of the tape becomes extremely easy. The arrow usually points to the direction where the tape starting tab is located, and the seam is right just behind the arrow. It just points diagonally this way. So if you look over here, you'll find it, and the seam is right here. Then you just use your fingers to peel it off, but it can be quite inconvenient. So now I'm going to share a simple way to peel it off easily without having to search for the starting edge. Use your fingernail to gently lift it at the spot marked with the arrow. Because there is already a small gap here, you just need to gently pry it and the tape will lift up right away. Once you've lifted the corner of the tape, just gently pull it along the direction of the arrow. Just pull a short section first and you'll see the tape's starting edge clearly separate from the inner roll. Just pull a short section first and you'll see the tape's starting edge clearly separate from the inner roll. At this point, the end of the tape will come loose and you can use it normally right away. At this point, the end of the tape will come loose and you can use it normally right away. After opening the seam, you cut off the part with the arrow marks. Then you fold one edge of the tape to create a small tab, making it easier to find and peel next time. As long as you find the spot with the arrow, you can open the tape roll really quickly without having to struggle to find it anymore. Besides being used as adhesive, it can also be used for something else. First, wrap the tape around your hand like this. Keep wrapping it until your hand is covered. Then cut the tape. Now you have a simple, sticky roller. It's very easy to make. You just wrap the tape around your hand, and it's ready to use. For example, if you have pets at home, like cats that like to sit on your lap, they usually leave a lot of fur on your clothes. Sometimes washing them in the washing machine doesn't remove all the hair, but with this simple tape trick, you can easily pick up all the fur. Just press it lightly like this, and you'll see the hair sticking to the tape. Look at that, there's already a lot of fur. You can use this on clothes, blankets, or even your sofa. If you have cats, you probably know how much fur they shed, especially on sofas where they love to lie down. As you can see, this method removes the fur very easily, and you don't even need to wash the fabric. We can clean the surface again like this, and now it's clean again. So this is a very simple trick you can use. I hope these 2 simple tricks can be helpful for everyone. If you enjoyed these tips, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. If your oven tray is burnt black, covered in grease, and full of stuck-on food, don't rush to use harsh chemicals. This little trick will definitely help. To clean it quickly and easily, just grab some aluminum foil. Tear off a piece and crumple it into a ball. Sprinkle a layer of baking soda evenly over the burnt or heavily stained areas on the tray. Baking soda removes stains very effectively thanks to its mild abrasive properties. Next, cut a lemon in half and gently squeeze the lemon juice over the baking soda. Lemon juice helps brighten the surface and dissolve grease. When baking soda meets lemon juice, it creates a gentle fizzing reaction that helps soften and break down stubborn burnt residue. You'll notice the mixture starting to bubble up. Use the ball of aluminum foil to gently scrub the surface of the tray, especially the burnt spots. Baking soda works as a natural cleaner, helping to remove grease and stubborn gum. Meanwhile, the natural acid and lemon helps dissolve burnt residue and remove greasy odors in the tray. Meanwhile, the slightly rough surface of the aluminum foil helps scrub off the burnt layer without needing too much force. After just a few minutes of gentle scrubbing, you'll see the burnt residue start to come off and the tray have gradually become cleaner and brighter. Finally, rinse the tray with warm water and a little dish soap, then dry it. VY Lot Zongtailu NGCADNS Signed BNGVTNHMI. Lemon juice and baking soda create a perfect natural cleaning solution for stubborn stains, especially on oven trays. This mixture not only removes stubborn burnt stains, but also helps eliminate unpleasant odors. With just baking soda, lemon, and aluminum foil, even a burnt oven tray can look clean like new again. Give this simple trick a try. Have you ever had this happen before? I just bought this cilantro like 2 days ago, and now look at it, dry, wilted, and some parts are all soggy and slimy. Honestly, I don't even know if I should throw it away or try to save it. But throwing it away like this all the time feels like such a waste. But then I found a super simple trick that keeps cilantro fresh for a whole week, even longer. First method, keep the cilantro alive. When you get home from the market, check the bunch carefully and remove any yellow or damaged leaves. Don't skip this step. It's really important. If you leave bad leaves, they'll rot and ruin the good ones. Then cut off the roots, but don't throw them away. They're very useful. Take an empty water bottle. Cut it about 1/3 from the bottom, so you have a top and a bottom part. Feed the cilantro through the neck of the top part, leaving the roots sticking out. Then place that top piece into the bottom part and add a little water, just enough, so the roots touch the water. Place the bottle near a window or somewhere with good light so the cilantro can breathe and grow on its own. Change the water every 2 or 3 days to keep it clean. Cilantro grows without fertilizer and usually doesn't get pests. Before long, you'll see new leaves. Whenever you need some, just cut a few. Sprig seed'll keep growing. This way, you'll have fresh cilantro all year without needing to buy more. Second, use it for short-term storage, up to 2 months. Prepare a bowl of water, add a bit of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of salt. Mix well and soak the cilantro for 10 minutes. Even though cilantro looks clean, it actually still has a lot of dirt, bacteria, and even pesticide residue stuck on the leaves. Salt helps lightly kill bacteria, clean off the slimy layer, and draw out tiny insects. And baking soda helps break down some of the pesticide residue left on the surface of the leaves. After soaking for 10 minutes, after that, just rinse it a few times with clean water and it's good to go. Dry it really well. You can use a paper towel or a cloth. Cilantro spoils quickly. It stays nice and crisp, lasts way longer, and keeps that fresh, just bought smell. The drier it is, the longer it lasts. Then wrap it in plastic wrap. First, it helps retain moisture in the food, so when it's wrapped, it won't dry out or wilt as quickly. Second, it limits exposure to air, so it stays fresh much longer. Third, it prevents odors from spreading in the fridge, so raw and cooked foods don't mix smells. Wrapping it tightly helps prevent food from picking up bacteria from other items. Then wrap it in plastic wrap. This way, it stays fresh for about 2 months. If you want to keep it longer, put it in the freezer. When you cook, just take some out and add it straight to the pan, no need to thaw. Third method, to store a large amount for up to a year, wash the cilantro. First, cut off the roots. You can save them for the first method. Chop the leaves into sizes that work best for your cooking. Don't pack them too tightly. Put them into a clean glass or plastic container. Seal it tightly and store it in the freezer. If it's not sealed properly, the cold air in the fridge will dry it out, cause it to lose its color, look dull, and won't taste as good anymore. Cilantro loses its aroma quickly, leave it uncovered, and it barely smells later. And to prevent odors from mixing with other foods in the freezer. This way, it can last up to a year without losing its aroma. When you cook, just take some out. Use it and close the container right away to avoid moisture getting in. I've tried all 3 methods and they work really well. With these, your cilantro won't go bad, and you'll always have that fresh, delicious aroma on hand. If you liked these tips, give it a like and share. it with your friends who love cooking? If you have other food storage tips, leave them in the comments. See you next time with more useful everyday tips. Goodbye! Hey guys! So, this is a problem we often run into when using glue. Sometimes we accidentally get our fingers stuck and it sticks really, really hard, like this, and removing it can be super tricky. If you try to pull it off forcefully, you can easily hurt your skin and even leave a scar. So, for those of you who've had this happen, don't worry and don't rush to peel it off. It's dangerous. In this video, I will show you 4 smart and simple ways to safely remove glue from your fingers. Method 1. Remove glue from your fingers using salt and warm water. First, we just need something really easy to find at home: warm water. Next, soak the glued finger in the warm water for 1 to 2 minutes to soften the glue. Next, we need another common household item: salt. I recommend using fine salt. It's cheap and works really well. Okay, so here's the finger we're going to fix. You can see it's stuck really firmly. If I try to force it, the skin will get hurt, as I mentioned. Now we add some salt and gently rub it while adding a little more water. This helps the salt get into the tiny gaps between your glued fingers. Shake it gently like this. By the way, where are you watching this from? Drop your city in the comments. It's so nice to connect, even if we're far apart. Also, if you have any suggestions or feedback for this video, please leave them in the comments too. Your ideas help make this channel even better. You can see how strong the glue is. But after using warm water and salt, it comes off super easily. And no scars. There's just a tiny glue mark, which will fade on its own over time. See? Pretty simple, right? Just using items you can find at home. Method 2. Removing glue from your fingers using nail polish remover. If super glue gets stuck on your fingers and it's really hard to remove with water, you can use nail polish remover. This liquid usually contains acetone. Acetone can dissolve and break down the glue. Because of that, the glue will quickly soften and come off your skin. First, prepare a small amount of nail polish remover and a cotton ball or a soft cloth. Then soak the cotton with a small amount of the liquid. Gently rub it on the area where the glue is stuck. Just rub it lightly. There's no need to apply too much force. This helps avoid scratching or damaging your skin. After a few seconds, you'll notice the glue starting to soften, and it will slowly separate from your skin. If there's still a lot of glue left, you can add a bit more remover. Then gently wipe again until the glue comes off completely. Once the glue has been removed, wash your hands with clean water and soap. Since acetone can dry out your skin, you can apply some hand lotion afterward. A simple but very effective tip to remove glue from your fingers at home. Method 3. Removing glue from your fingers using cooking oil. If super glue gets stuck on your fingers and you don't have nail polish remover, oils like cooking oil, coconut oil, or olive oil can all help soften the glue on your skin. Oil can penetrate the glue and reduce its stickiness, making it easier to peel off. First, pour a small amount of cooking oil into a bowl and use a cotton pad to apply it directly to the glued area. Then gently rub the oil over the glued area with your other finger. Gently massage for a few seconds to let the oil soak into the glue. As the oil works, the glue will gradually soften. Then gently rub or slowly separate the stuck skin. If the glue is still stuck, add a little more oil and keep rubbing gently. After a while, the glue will start to come off the skin. Keep rubbing gently until the glue is completely removed. After removing the glue, wash your hands with warm water and soap. This helps remove any remaining oil and clean your hands. This method is very safe because cooking oil is gentle on the skin. It's also very convenient since most homes already have cooking oil in the kitchen. With just a little cooking oil, you can quickly remove glue from your fingers without harming your skin. Method 3. Remove glue from your fingers using toothpaste. First, squeeze a small amount of toothpaste onto the area where the glue is stuck on your skin. You only need enough to cover the glue. Next, use your other finger to gently spread the toothpaste over the glued area. Then start rubbing gently in circular motions for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. The mild abrasives in the toothpaste help loosen the glue and reduce its grip on the skin. As you keep rubbing, you'll notice the glue starting to soften and slowly peel away from your skin. If the glue is still sticking, add a little more toothpaste and continue rubbing gently for a bit longer. After the glue comes off, rinse your hands with warm water and rub lightly to wash away the remaining toothpaste and glue. Finally, wash your hands with soap and water to clean your skin completely. This method is simple, safe, and very convenient because toothpaste is something most homes already have. It can help remove glue from your fingers quickly without hurting your skin. With just a few simple ingredients you can easily find at home, like salt, warm water, cooking oil, or toothpaste. You can easily remove glue from your fingers quickly and safely without damaging your skin. I hope these little tips will help you if you ever run into a similar situation.